Hey guys, just finished watching Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5, Episode 1 and 2, Orientation. This episode was really cool. I mean, it was pretty much one episode because it was all one thing over and stuff. And it kind of had like two time slots and stuff. And it kind of felt like there was, they even said that, another episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming right after type thing. But it all felt like one long show, one long episode, which I kind of would love to see this happen. 2-hour episodes and stuff, but with all the shows that we're watching, I think a 1-hour episode, 40 minutes episodes would be enough, because when you miss one, you have to recap for it. You have to watch a 2-hour part when stuff. So I kind of liked it for the first one, but it's nice to get back to the 1 hour because there's so many other shows. But if there was only one show, 2-hour episodes would be awesome. But I don't think no one could do the budget like that, and that would not work unless you only did 13 episodes on Netflix or something like that. So this episode was pretty cool, like dealing with them in space, and we didn't get to see that scene yet from the end of season 4 type thing. We didn't see that scene from the future where he wakes up and he goes, "Okay, Phil, enough sightseeing, get back to work." And it looks like he has his own bunker, his own place where he sleeps, and everyone has their own separate room and type thing. We haven't seen that yet, so maybe we'll get that next week's episode. I mean, the trailer for next week's episode looks kind of cool. Looks like we're gonna get some sort of the yo-yo, going with yo-yo at her speed. I love doing that. That'll always be fun for that. But I know that they just take those slow-mo scenes when they're at that speed take a lot longer, because like the scene from Days of Future Past and the Quicksilver stuff in the X-Men movies, he spends more time on set than any other actor, even though he's probably on set. He's actually probably on camera within the movie for less time than anyone else, but he spends more time on set than anyone else because of to do those scenes take so long to film. So it is pretty cool seeing all the different stuff here. Seeing the Korea got some lists and notes here. We got Deacon and stuff, or Deke. Deacon is pretty cool. I mean, he was in the comics. I looked him up, and he was actually just Hawkeye's neighbor, one of Hawkeye's neighbors. There was nothing really to him outside of that, so they're just kind of using the same name, which I think is kind of cool. I get the idea how they're doing with some sort of making him out to be some sort of like Peter Quill, a Star-Lord style character. I would have liked to see him using the same technology. Since they made him look so much like Star-Lord, why don't they have him with the same technology instead of having the helmet that removes? Why not just do the same thing and have all go into that implant like Peter Quill did, or just make him a Ravager or something like that. But I guess they're trying to stay very separate from it. And one of the things that I was interested in is the idea of, later on when they reveal that the Earth is gone and stuff, I wanted to talk about, the idea. I was thinking, okay, maybe Infinity War is going to be setting up like this. But then they revealed that they're in the future, and I'm confused, like, how far in the future. They never say. They said 90 years ago, but that doesn't mean that he said 90 years ago, that place where they're all living on right now in space, that was built 90 years ago. But that doesn't mean that 9 years ago it was 2017. That doesn't mean anything. They could have been 10 years from 2017, so they're 100 years back, or type thing. Like Fitz is 100 years back, or wherever Fitz is, if Fitz is still alive. It sounds like they left him in the diner in the beginning, why they never explained why that guy left him in the diner. Who is that? Who is that guy, the alien we see at the beginning of the thing? No idea. Hopefully we get more of that. Hopefully wherever Fitz is, we get to see his side, and we cut back and forth between that. We didn't do that in this episode, but hopefully they didn't even tease us for that in next week's episode. But hopefully we do get to see where he is, or maybe Fitz is actually in Avengers Infinity War or Avengers Part 4. Maybe that's why he's not here and they have him there. I don't know. That would be fun. I mean, or maybe he's doing. Well, I don't think they're filming Captain Marvel just yet. It looks like they're about to film because they've announced so much people and so many castings have been announced for it. But I don't know. I don't see why why Fitz would be in the show, would be in those movies, and that's why they wrote him out of this for right now. I know it's going to be cool to see where things go with this, but also I'm trying to think about the whole, I'm not sure, maybe we got to look it up online to see are they doing another one of those whole season storylines, or are they doing the thing that they've been doing the last few seasons they did last season, where they had the short stories throughout the three short arcs throughout the season, and then can slowly connect them type thing. Where they had, like, last season they had Ghost Rider, then they had Inhumans and Framework and stuff. Oh, and they had they had Ghost Rider, then they had LMD, and then they had Framework, and they had those 3 separate storylines within the whole season. Now, I don't know how they're going to do that in here, because this storyline seems like a really big storyline, and for it to only take like a couple of episodes, 5 episodes or whatever, I don't know how many episodes they're supposed to be getting, but whatever, the 23 episode divided by 3, so whatever that comes out to, like say 7 or 6 or 7 episodes, and then we divide that, and then that could be, I don't know, it just doesn't seem enough to see this, but I could see maybe 3 different storylines within, but they all take place in outer space. That I could see what goes with that. But I don't know. I think it's interesting. I mean, I don't know that Fitz. Why would they want Fitz in the Avengers movies if that's what he's doing? I mean, that's just me speculating. I feel like it would have made more sense to not have Coulson in there, and then he's busy filming on Avengers Infinity War. That would have been awesome. Because I feel like we've grown, and we've spent 4 seasons. We spent 4 seasons already with all the other cast members, or most of the other cast: Daisy, Fitz, Simmons, and May. And we've spent a lot of time with Yo-Yo and Mac and stuff. So we could have definitely just had just those, and not have Coulson, and have, because he's in with his S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that in Infinity War. I don't know. It's just really going to be fun to see where things go with that, and why they left Fitz of all people. I mean, Fitz is one of the smart ones. Wouldn't he be able to figure this all out to be able to get back to them? I mean, if someone, I don't know. It's really going to be fun to see where he is. And is he in prison in 2017? Is he in 2017? Is he somewhere else? I mean, they left him frozen there, but they just looks like they left him at the diner. I mean, is he still? I don't know. There's so much. So many questions. I can't. Well, so many questions. I mean, it's gonna be so cool. I mean, and like I said, where they are in the future. Going over my notes. So there's one of the sets there when Simmons gets brought up to become the upper class humans and stuff. She gets brought up, and it looked like all white and stuff, and she was to get cleaned up to see the main head Kree and stuff. That set looked a lot like the same set from the Inhumans, the repurposed sets, which fine, it doesn't bother me. They changed it up a lot enough to make it look different. Just it was obviously easy to tell that it was a set from the Inhumans and stuff. So yeah, that was really cool. And then Daisy is in this. They have this new framework with Derek. Deke has this framework that he plays around with, and he's selling for people, which is interesting to see when they talk about units and stuff. And the girl, I can't think of her name. Did they ever hear on IMDb? Natasha. Oh no, it's Ellen. That's Yo-Yo. Oh, they don't really show her. But it would have been cool to see when they're talking about credits. It would be cool to see how much they're talking about, because, like, are they talking about 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, thousands? Who knows? But it's nice to know that when they talk about things. Just to see who's on what scale when it comes to money-wise type thing. And how come he's able to leave and all that stuff. And are they the only, humans alive? It sounds like it. It sounds like they're the only humans alive and only humans around, but I don't know. It's really interesting. And the framework, it's going to be fun to see where that goes with that storyline, but hopefully don't play with it too much, as we just finished doing that in S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff, so that'll be fun to see that. So then there's the other story with the thing with they put in Simmons' ear, that like earthworm thing, which I feel like I've seen that before, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it was from this. Maybe it feels like something else from another show that I'm mixing up. But that thing looks kind of cool. It makes it seem like only that one, the top Kree guy can speak to her now that she has that in. So that's gonna be fun to see where that goes, and what what Coulson and the rest of the team is gonna find out when they figure out that she's part of the higher upper class people now, and the silence people, which didn't really get the idea as to what's their purpose for the upper class people. Like the one that she saved, and her purpose. I mean, I understand it's just to please this guy, this Kree, excuse me, this Kree lord, the top Kree guy. But why does he want them there? Other than that, just to please him, and they just his slaves. It doesn't look like they're doing anything. They're not feeding him, they're not fanning him, they're not doing things that slaves would usually do. So I don't understand what are their purposes. Do they have a key? Do they have a role in anywhere? And why do they go down and to see the other guys every now and then? I mean, I didn't get that part for me. I missed that part or something. So we'd like to see more about that in next week's episode. And yeah, I think that's it. Also, then there's the ship there that they tease at the end. That it's going to be fun to see whatever that is. Maybe it could be something. Hoping that it's something from, with all this stuff in space, we get some sort of reference to things connecting to the movies. Some sort of Guardians reference and stuff. I mean, last time we were in space with Gemma, she was on the planet from the beginning of the first Guardians movie, so that was cool. Hopefully we can get other things like that, like references to other technology. Maybe we could see some of the Nova Corps here, or we could see, pieces of Nova Corps or something like that. Like a Nova Corps member has been sent out and they just took them over or something, or parts of them, or missing pieces or things like that to just remind us that it's connected and a little tissue. It's really nice to see that. It's really going to be fun because I did hear stories with the showrunners that said that the MCU tie-ins this year are going to be more eventful and stuff, bigger and stuff. So hopefully they have a bigger connection to that, and maybe if they do like those 3 separate story arcs like they did last year, then they can do one of those story arcs can be fully connected to Avengers Infinity War when that comes up. I mean, we're gonna Black Panther is the next one to come out in February, but that one doesn't seem like it's going to do. I mean, it might set up a little things for Infinity War, but I don't feel like it's all going to take place within Wakanda. Maybe between Wakanda and the United States. Definitely not going to spill over to outer space or the future as these guys are in. So hopefully Infinity War kind of affects this. If with the rumors and the set photos and things like that looking like there's some sort of time travel aspect to Infinity War Part 4. Maybe that could, I'm not sure if the S.H.I.E.L.D. guys, S.H.I.E.L.D. showrunners, so they get access to, are they allowed to read, Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4 scripts, even Avengers 4 script, because it's so on. Maybe Infinity War for their tie-in episode, because it's only a couple of months away, but Avengers 4, are they allowed to read that so far in advance? Who knows? I mean, What's His Face is Josh Whedon's brother and stuff, but Josh Whedon's not involved in this anymore, so I don't know. Hopefully they do have things like that, and they could, since it is the future, make sure it makes sense and stuff. But I really hope that they keep all the ducks in line, and that when if there's no time travel in Avengers Infinity War, then the time travel is only in Avengers 4. Hopefully they watch that movie, and then this time travel now doesn't affect that way, and they can make sure it works that way. And hopefully there's wires don't get crossed, and things work out and make sense together, because there's no point it has to be this is part of the same universe, has to all connect, have to all make sense. It's all one piece, so we'll have to wait and see how that works, and even if there is how much time travel there is going to be in the movies, because there's also talks about the barf technology from the Civil War stuff. So some of these set photos that look like time travel might not be time travel, might just be Tony using his tech to kind of go back in time and kind of just watching how things were. So they're not actually going back in time to change history. They're just rewatching history on his hologram tech type of thing. So who knows what this is, but hopefully if there is stuff in the movies, time travel in the movies, we can make sure it doesn't affect it. It doesn't that the time travel here, whether they go back and forth or not, or we'll see if that lines up and all makes sense together and stuff. And also wouldn't want to see it not affect each other. I'd like to see some cause and effect. Like if they go back in time and change things in Avengers, the first Avengers movie, in Infinity War, I want to see how it would affect here, because Coulson was a part of that, so it needs to affect the entire show here. Whatever they do in Avengers, if they do it before Coulson was dead, then they do it. And then everything affects the entire show of S.H.I.E.L.D. And so we need to see that. So who knows? It's going to be really fun to see where things go with this season. And I can't wait to see it. And I'm really pumped for the rest of this season. So let me know what you think, guys, about this in the comments below. What do you think about this first episode? How do you think it's going to interact with Infinity War coming out in May 4th? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes
Subscribing.
is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?